Welcome to today's Connecticut Buzz. I'm Allison Demers. Ben Fuchs, founder of Fuchs Financial, is here to talk about the new tax and retirement income landscape after some big changes were made by Congress. In addition to being a certified financial planner, Ben is also a certified private wealth advisor professional. Ben, tell us more about what's new and how it can impact people working hard to have the financial resources they'll need in retirement.
So we're talking about the OBBBA, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. I did not name it, don't get mad at me. But there are a lot of changes there. And I feel like, this administration has made so many changes almost so fast that it's easy to get lost and not pay attention to some of the finer details. But this is a scenario where you've raised the standard deduction, where they've put in different deductions for people that are over 65 but under a certain amount of income. They've raised things for us locally in Connecticut, like SALT caps went from 10,000 to 40,000. So there are real opportunities for us to save. And even if you wouldn't have normally done itemized deductions, there may be opportunity for you to do that and save money. It just takes careful planning.
Wonderful. And for people who are working on putting money away now, saving what they can, are there opportunities they can take advantage of?
Absolutely. So, there are certain income limits where once you go over them, you're no longer getting the deduction. And so there may be a scenario where you were putting money into a Roth IRA and not getting a tax deduction and not reducing your income. And now you may want to actually put it into a traditional account to lower your income. So there are different ways that, I wouldn't call it manipulation, but looking at your income, looking at how much you can save and deduct really is way more favorable now than it ever was before. It really made the taxes a little bit more of a game than they ever were before.
And these changes also bring some new possibilities for people headed toward retirement. And decisions made today can make a difference when it's time to retire.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a range of things that we do, but I would say one of the big buzzwords in my industry are Roth conversions. Converting money from a traditional account, paying the taxes on it, and putting it into a Roth IRA where it will not be taxed ever again. You put $10,000 into a Roth, it grows to $1 million, you take it all out after 5 years. You're not taxed on that money ever again. So it's wonderful for a lot of people, but you have to be way more careful now because, again, when you move money from one account, from a traditional IRA, 403B, 457, 401k, whatever it may be, into a Roth, you are raising your taxes. And so you have to be very careful about certain things that could really trip you up. Be careful about IRMA when you pay extra taxes on your Medicare. Be careful about the new standard deductions and the new deduction that they give for seniors, for people over 65. And you have to navigate those carefully, and especially in Connecticut, where we have our own laws when it comes to a single person. If you're under $75,000 in income, you're not paying taxes on your Social Security or your withdrawals from IRA. So there are a lot of things that you have to kind of navigate carefully and do this with open eyes so that you understand the implications of your taxes.
Well, there's so much to consider now. It's really worth spending time with a professional to learn how the landscape has changed. And since everyone's situation is different, it's important for everyone to explore what's best for their own specific circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, we allow people to call in, take a 15-minute call, meet with us. We don't charge for that. If you want to come in for an appointment after that, we don't charge for that. But I think it's important to help people get their bearings and to do it in a way that's not intimidating. I worry about if I go to a new doctor's office, where am I going to park? How am I going to get in? Is there a parking garage? And so if I just have a call with somebody and they can walk me through some of that basic stuff before I go in, that's really helpful.
The good news is people can navigate through the new law and all the changes that are coming up, whether you're still working or if you're already retired, and you could use some guidance with your financial planning. Reach out to Fuchs Financial. Your initial conversation with them is complimentary, no obligation.
Yeah, we're happy to answer your questions. You can go to taxesandincome.com, check out our website, judge us, look through us, and make sure that we're good people before you come in. We have offices in Middletown, Middlebury, Mystic, and West Hartford, and we do appointments by phone and by Zoom, whatever works.
Again, just visit their website, taxesandincome.com, or call 860-461-1709 to set up an appointment for your complimentary consultation. Thank you for joining us for today's CT Buzz. I'm Allison Demers. See you next time.